What up? What up? What's happening? And welcome to another Macro Saturday in the trade room. We're here. We got a fresh little cut here. Got the little suede on, ready to talk game mother effing night. Shout out to the chat, man. We got Mega in the building. Got the jewelers in the building as always. We got Sticks in the building. Shout out to you. Uh, don't blow it. Oh yeah, for sure. Tune Fed in the building as always. Shout out to Honk and Team Goose. And what up to Dax? It's a pretty chill macro Saturday on the United States. It's summertime, so people are enjoying themselves. Hope you're going out, enjoying your families and things of that nature. Dax, yeah, I know today's been family time. You've been what going to games or something. So handle what you got to handle. Thanks for popping in. I'll catch you on the latter evening portion of things. So it's game night. All right, we're gonna do a recap of Karate Combat, everything that happened there. We're gonna look at DeFi Kingdoms as always. We love that ecosystem. We're gonna do a little sneak tip into Spellborn as well. But you guys know we're a macro channel. We always got to look in a macro sense what's happening with the markets, what's happening in the space, and really more specifically, what's happening in GameFi, because that's the space that we're in, right? GameFi slash entertainment. And so a few things lined up for tonight. And before we get into that, before we start digging into the GameFi ecosystem, we're going to look at some numbers even before we start getting into gameplay and charts as always, even though we haven't been looking at charts as much because we have some patterns that we've been following. I'm going to do a quick shout out here to the Mythic Squad, to Sticks Intern, and the recent tournament that is coming up, which is the Mythic Squad Void Hunt Tournament 2 that's coming up June 8th and 9th to kick it off, with the championship being June 22nd. I believe sign-ups are still open. The affixes, which are going to be the stipulations behind the rounds, haven't been dropped yet. But this is going to be interesting, right? We saw what happened with the Boar Hunt tournament. That was awesome. That was like great entertainment, gave that esports vibe, even without the team, the DeFi Kingdoms team dropping, PvP yet. But very interesting. It's going to be a hell of a fun time. Go on Sticks Interns page on Twitter, or go on Mythic Squad's Twitter, Discord, and YouTube to find out more information. Really, really going to be an exciting tournament coming up here. So today is game night, and how are we going to start this, right? Because we're in here, we're playing, we're so into the space, and we're we're trying to get our game on, and we're trying to have the win percentages and things of that nature, right? What do the current market cap numbers, current gaming numbers looks like? And Six Intern says there are 12 spots left. Signups are open till Wednesday for the Mythic Squad Hunt tournament, Void Hunt tournament 2, and then the affixes drop on Monday. So keep your eyes out for that. I'm going to be looking to play a bit of a commentating role, and not all of us are players. Not all of us are looking to be a champion. Some of us want to spectate. Some of us might want to gamble on who we think is going to win. And speaking of gambling, we're going to talk about that, right? But you guys know what we do up in this channel. We are a macro space, right? We're a macro channel. So we're always going to want to look at the current space and what's going on in it, right? And as of right now, the entire cryptocurrency market is at 2.6 trillion. Okay. Um, I have that right? We're at trillion, yeah, $2.6 trillion. And in the bear market, we sat at like between 1.1 and 1.3. So we've pretty much doubled that, right? A little over doubling that. Um, just about doubling that. And this is all proceeding to the Bitcoin halving and a lot of the movements that we've seen go into that, right? Now you can see for 24 hours, the trading volume is down a little bit. The top 10, sits here with Solana making a really big push as we left the bear market going into the bull market, right? You see your stable coins holding on strong, and you actually see a meme coin in the top 10. So that leads into why we've been focusing some bit on meme coins, and we'll continue to talk about this down the line. But why do I bring up tracking the current market cap of the crypto space? Well, we're specifically in the GameFi space, and a lot of us are bullish on the GameFi space. And so, what is the guesstimation of where we believe that in this run that the cryptocurrency market cap is going? And where does GameFi sit in there, right? Where does blockchain gaming sit in there? In my estimation, with each bull market, you generally see the market cap triple from the previous market cap, right? And so if the previous all-time high market cap from the last bull run was about 3 trillion, I believe 3.2 trillion, then we have a bit of ways to go, not only to catch up to that 3 trillion, which we got pretty close when Bitcoin hit its went back to its all-time high and hit about 74,000. But I believe that we can see by the top of this market, which I still maintain will be between October, November of this year, latest February of next year. If I'm holding on to anything and it's been running dramatically, and my goal, not financial advice, my goal is to liquidate all my short-term holdings, a large amount of my midterm holdings, and then about 60% of my long-term holdings, using the tools that I have to try to set in some USD, prepare for the next bear market, look to go in and leverage in from the bear to the next bull market. So I do think that we could be sitting at around 9 to 12 trillion dollar cryptocurrency market cap by the top of this market. So again, November of this year to February of next year, we could be sitting between 9 to 12 trillion dollars. So that's the guesstimation on my end, right? So where does that leave us then for gaming? Because that's what we're doing. It's a little bit of the niche that we're sitting in. Shout out to Beeve in the house. It's in a bull market until it's a blow market. It's just Sticks Intern is just too good. I think between Sticks Intern and Sergeant Filthy McNasty, and then probably Franz from Boxside, they're just so witty, and wittiness is a great sign of intelligence, and ability to quickly compartmentalize something and spit out some rhetoric. But these guys are hilarious, man. I'm just always laughing at the different ways they spin the English language. So okay, we're looking at a almost 2.6 to 3 trillion market cap right now. We're looking at 9 to 12 trillion, nearing the top of the market. And if we look at the current GameFi space, right? It's game night. We're talking gaming. Right now, the market cap is about 22 billion, right? 22 billion in this space is nothing to sneeze at. Nothing to sneeze at all, right? When it talks to the GameFi space. And so, if we're looking at the height of where gaming was before, we're actually getting very close to eclipse it now. I believe the GameFi space was around 30 trillion, I'm sorry, 30 billion, right, at the top of the last bull market. And so, what is a triple from that space looks like? 3, 6, 9, 12. Looks like between 90 billion and 1 trillion, if my math is right here. So we could have $1 trillion GameFi market cap on our hands. Who will be the winners? Who will be the losers? And just which gaming spaces are just not ready to have their biggest height during this run, knowing the time spans in which we are dealing with. And so, yes, I will come out vehemently and say that we could be looking at $1 trillion GameFi market cap. All right. I'm sorry, not $1 trillion. Let me rephrase that. We could be looking at 100 billion GameFi market cap. And if things get crazy, we could be looking in the 200 to 300 billion dollar market cap for the GameFi space. Imagine $1 trillion market cap GameFi space. That may be for the next. That may be for the next bull market. Maybe I'm getting a little too eager here, but that may be for the next bull market. So if that's what we're looking at, what is the top 10 currently in the gaming space in reference to market cap? Just follow the money, right? Immutable is here as the number one contender, and we're gonna actually add segments into our streams where we say, hey, let's follow who the top runners are. Let's see how we compare to them. That's a bit of a segment that we're going to continue to add to the space here. Floki, which Floki's been doing pretty well through not only the last bull market, but this one. Gala, are you serious? Gala has had everything from infighting to hacks, and they still remain one of the top players in the GameFi space. Not a good look, especially, well, I wouldn't say not a good look, not a good representation of the GameFi space with all the drama they have going on. But the money that's flowing in their ecosystem, at $1.5 billion is nothing to sneeze at, right? Um, Beam, Axie Infinity, which we all know they reigned as number one, and you've seen they've trickled down. Sandbox, Ronin, and it just continues on, right? Illuvium, and it continues on. Do we know where DeFi Kingdoms ranks in terms of its comparableness to the entire GameFi space? Well, fortunately or unfortunately, we're at the 1,226 marker, at least on CoinGecko, right? If you look at the DeFi Kingdom space, if you look at the overall macro chart, it looks like a flat line, right? Is there a pulse here? Maybe so. We had a little bit of a pulse here, December of last year. Seems to be no pulse here, right? A $16 million market cap. And what's actually the most positive thing is that the supply is fully circulating, right? We all know this $21 million market cap. But it's just interesting like that platforms like this will take just the Jewel token and have that represent the entire DeFi Kingdom space. I hope in the future there is something that can be done about that with the APIs that these platforms use to get information from the blockchain. I hope that can be adjusted. I know there's DApp Radar, things of that nature, but CoinGecko is one of the biggest platforms to just the commoner will go and look at what's in the space, right? So if we're looking at the top 10 in GameFi, we're looking at DeFi Kingdoms as being one of the OGs. what's a possible market cap that we could be looking at for DeFi Kingdoms or for Jewel in general? I do think that there is a good chance that within this bull market, the entire DeFi Kingdom space can get to $1 billion market cap. There's a really good chance of that. It doesn't mean that Jewel's market cap will get to a billion, but the entire DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem could get to a billion. But what's the overall just purview of why we're starting here on game night? Well, one, that's just what I do, right? Look at some numbers, compare other ecosystems in terms of market cap charts, fundamentals, economics of that ecosystem, and compare it to the ecosystems that we currently are in. And quite honestly, Jewel has some work to do. It's not in the top 10, not in the top 20, not in the top 30 even. We are really far down. And a lot of times that leaves room for great upside if the economy of the ecosystem continues to move as it does. So that's segment one. All right. The caveat to take from this is a lot of room for great upside, right? But a lot of work to be done in terms of getting DeFi Kingdoms to be seen by the masses. And it's not easy to come in here and start playing. It was easy to go in and start playing Spellborn, right? It was easy to go in and start playing Backwoods. It was easy to go in and start playing, maybe even Splinterlands was pretty easy to go in and start playing. And we'll look at Spellborn as well tonight as we have our game night. But we're just having a straight up economic view on our end. And the picture that it paints for us is that there's a lot of upside left here for DeFi Kingdoms. And if we're nearing towards the top of the bull market, that those who are here in the space still have a lot of room. $2 cost average. All right. A quick reminder that we are doing a giveaway tonight. We're giving away 5,000 Frost bloaters. Okay. So if you're here, just make sure to throw that thumbs up in there. Help with the algorithm. If you don't have your alerts on my channel, make sure to do so. If you're not following my Twitter, make sure to do so at the Trade Room with 2 numerical zeros for room. And we're going to do the giveaway at some point tonight, probably at the 8:30, 8:45 hour mark, 9 p.m. Eastern, the latest. And it is in anticipation of Blow coming out and dropping. And speaking of Blow, well, we've seen the Blow token really appreciate not only Frost Bloater, but regular bloater, push bloater, however you say it, start to have some positive move, even with Bitcoin's current downtrend. And that is all due to the bloater coin that is anticipated to drop on June 5th. It'll open up where you'll be able to use the Ethereum network as well as other networks, blockchains, to buy the first hour. The second hour, it will open up for you to convert your bloater or Frost bloater into the Blow token. So if you haven't seen this, we just quickly go to
everyone's buzzing about Blow, the DeFi Kingdoms community coin. Launching on Uniswap, you'll be able to leverage the power of Coinbase to purchase Blow coins on Base. Layer 0 technology powers this omni-chain token. Gamified staking rewards and airdrops and up-only tokenomics provide incentives for this coin to 1000x. Download the Uniswap wallet or purchase tokens at bloatercoin.com. The token generation event is on June 5th.
Yeah, so as you guys heard it, the token generation event is on June 5th. It'll be launching on Base. And I just find it very interesting, right? Sometimes you just got to take a shot. Sometimes you just got to partake. And we can't say for sure we know what's going to happen to this blow token, but we can know that the cost to entry is actually really cheap when you look at the current price of bloater and you look at the convertibility where you can get thousands of blow. You can get a good bag of blow for what you may have been already occurring in the ecosystem. The early bird gets the worm, and so just wanted to highlight that and what's coming with that. So with that being said, right, game night, right? Game night, for game night, we have Karate Combat, DeFi Kingdoms, and Spellborn, and we're going to go in that order. I do really want to highlight Karate Combat, right? It's not necessarily game five, but hold up. It is game five, right? It's combat fighting, which is a game in a way. It's crypto related because there's a token associated with it. And there's a mechanism to utilize your tokens to get more tokens if your inferences are right. So that's a small, minute DeFi aspect to it as well. So I've been following Karate Combat heavily since the start and promotion of the first Influencers Fighters Club. And I gotta say, this ecosystem is coming a long way. And I'm completely sold now, especially after the last two bouts, right? KC45, KC46. Where's the correlation to DeFi Kingdoms? The correlation to DeFi Kingdoms came when they dropped their Visage and airdropped a bunch of karate tokens to the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem for those who picked up that Visage. And honestly, I'm really into this ecosystem. We saw what happened to UFC. Okay, we saw what happened to UFC. It took what 11 years. It took 11 years, but it is a multi-billion-dollar industry at this point with UFC, and it started from the mud, right? It started from the mud. And I'm going to show you guys at least my purview of why I'm so bullish on this ecosystem and why, if you're in DeFi Kingdoms and you got dropped some of these karate tokens, you should probably be utilizing it, partaking in this as we gear towards the top of the market. So shout out to the chat. Sergeant Filthy McNasty, did you say bull? I'm here. Guys, let me know. Like, did you buy the karate gi visage? Did you get on the Karate Combat app? Are you using the Karate Combat tokens to just pick your fighters, your winners, and to get more tokens? Are you a believer in up only gaming? And we're gonna look at the chart once I finish this spiel that I have here to see also why, based on the chart, I'm actually really bullish and why I actually bought some karate tokens recently. What up, Luke? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're gonna be giving away some 5K frost bloater and right. Listen, the regular bloater, the push bloater is always been the favorite, but as of late, I'm seeing some bias for people looking at the frost bloater. I don't know, I don't know if you guys are traders or you just, you go to the new hot girl, but I'm still rocking with regular bloater. Okay. What up, Sir Worm in the mother effing building? Sir Worm had his 100th episode recently. Sir Worm and Emerson have been doing great things. I have my alerts on for Sir Worm, and I'm on the East Coast, so sometimes by the time my alert is going on off, I'm asleep. But I've been sneaking in. I've been sneaking in and cashing a few. So if you're not following Worm, please do so. Sarge, Trayvon was my most underrated content creator. Like, yeah, I freaking love Sarge. Sarge, I appreciate that, man. Everybody just putting out the content that they can, and a lot of times it's just a chill hangout, right? We have what we're interested in. We try to give to the community, and the community gives back to us in views. And speaking of giving back, speaking of giving back, shout out to Donate Live. In last week's stream, I had Dags drop me, uh, Dags dropped me some bloater, and he said, "I heard you can make blow out of this. You definitely can make some blow out of bloater." And I may be taking this to there. And then Kupo dropped me and said, "Here for the show." And to learn more about blow. That's where we had KP on, and shout out to KP as well. So love Donate Live, love what they're doing. If we go to the leaderboard here, there's a little bit of competition between the streamers, and my goodness, like Toma Gigi, dude, I don't know what she's been doing, but he's done racked up a crap ton. I think he's in another ecosystem. He's not in the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem, but he's been killing it. And I love the expansion that Donate Live is doing. Obviously, Zen, Sticks Intern, and even the great Sir Worm himself is here. And I'm not gonna go down fight. I'm not gonna go down. I'm gonna fight, right? So I'm here as well. So big shout out to Donate Live leaderboard. Appreciate everyone who has donated to me, right? But again, game night. We're gonna get to the games. We're gonna get to the games. But there's always a story that I have to tell. There's always a pitch, a macro pitch that I'm giving. And a lot of these ecosystems are not short term. We're talking long term growth and development. This bull market, next bull market, and the bull market to come. So KC46 happened last week. It happened during consensus, which I think was great timing, and you can tell the management behind KC, just great management behind them, right? So you have the ability to use your app, go in, pick your fighters before the fight, and see how they do, right? I have this wallet here. This is not my main wallet here, but I connected my MetaMask, which you can connect as well, or you can just utilize the Mac OS application or the Android application as well. And your Karate sits here, and this is in my ETH wallet, right? But all in all, you have your events here, your winning percentages here, your all-time, karate that you've won, your biggest reward, everything is kind of ranked up here, right? And so for this KC46, you can tell this ecosystem is about to mother effing blow up, because we had the man himself, Joe Rogan, who was an integral part of the ascension of UFC, the integral part of the ascension of UFC, showed up to KC46, stayed for everything. The main card, the submission fights, even the influencers fights he stayed for. And there's a lot of crypto heads over there, Loudmouth ETH, he's always in the ecosystem. But what does this tell you? First of all, UFC Fight Pass. UFC has a connection to Karate Combat, and sometimes the Karate Combat highlights or fights are available through UFC Fight Pass, and I think that is only going to strengthen, especially with Joe Rogan coming in, showing up, being there, and actually being highly entertained by what happened. And in the main fight, right? In the main fight, there was a knockout by kick by Ross Turbo Levine. He actually retired after, but in the main card, there was a leg kick knockout. And you guys know how much Joe Rogan loves UFC fighting and loves to get good fighters in with knockouts. So let's just see when the main card finished what the knockout looked like. and the interaction between the main fighter, the main card winner, and Joe Rogan. To Ross. All right. So, like, guys, there are fundamentals that you need to pay attention to when you see an ecosystem growing. There are fundamentals, and then there are technicals, and then there's overall economy that's happening in the space, right? I'm just flabbergasted about how awesome this space is, right? Stick says, no, the security guy kept loudmouth away from just yo, yo. They must think crypto people are absolutely insane, right? Like we're out there, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, like, and these people are like, are these guys okay, or is the blow being sniffed a little too much today, right? So that was interesting to see. I'm very bullish on Karate Combat. Now, when it comes to the tokenomics, not the greatest tokenomics, and we'll take a look at the tokenomics while we do this kind of rundown of what I'm seeing in the space. And look, it's game night, but look, my version of game night looks a little bit different from Dags or Sticks Intern or Mega's version of game night. Their game night, they might sit there and actually play games all night. My game night is filled with incorporating everything that we have to consider when it comes to the blockchain space, right? I'm going to continue to give you guys that, as we go along, right? So that was the Joe Rogan entrance, and that was strategic. Do not sit there for one mother effing second and don't think that it wasn't strategic, right? So then it comes to what's happening with those who are partaking within the ecosystem. And I'm going to walk you guys through this video here. And I'm going to let it run the first time. I'm just going to let it run because I throw some music behind it. But if you are a person that is in the ecosystem looking to partake, looking to have some tokens, because we all have tokens, looking to make a bag, what does that look like for you, right? How can you partake in these events that happen? How can you hold tokens? How can you win, right? And if you've ever watched UFC, if you ever watch a fight sport, it's kind of seeing how that's broken down, you may know a little bit. But if you haven't watched UFC and haven't partook in that, you may not know. But let's take a look at this clip, and then I'll break down what we're looking at here. So you have your application, right? You have your application. Before the fight starts, you can go in there and pick your fighters, right? I went in there before the fight started, and I picked my fighters. Now they have percentages next to them, right? So the main card, which was Ross Levine and Adrian Hadribiage, he was a 72% chance of winning, and so you're not going to get a lot back, but you'll get something back. And the greatest thing about this ecosystem is, if you lose, you don't lose your tokens. You don't lose your tokens. You just don't win what you had bet in your odds to win. So, of course, I did a little bit of research, right? And again, I have partook in 5 of these, did my research, and was actually really into what they had to offer. So I did my research and I picked Ross, right? Not getting a lot back, but guaranteed possibly 72% chance of getting something back, right? So I went down the line, I picked my winners, and you guys can see I was hot this weekend. I was hot this weekend. I had bam, 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 4 in a row where I hit. I was hot, right? And I went into this actually really like, hey, okay, I can get some free tokens. Let me do some research, right? And this forces the viewer to go in, learn more about the players, and interact with them. And one of the ones that I was really looking forward to was the one between Iogan Chelmaya and Maximo Nunez. Iago Chelmaya has been with KC Karate Club, very young in the beginning. He recently had a loss, and he was coming back and fighting Maximo Nunez, and everybody was kind of like, "Hey, Maximo, Maximo, Maximo." But I have watched this guy enough times, and sometimes in sports, when you've come in and you've been winning, because he's won the title before, and you lose, man, you come through the training season differently. You come, you work on the weaknesses you had on. He was a little jumpy. He was a little jumpy, and I know he worked on that, and so I selected him to win. And we're going to preview the knockout that he had, right? The knockout that he had. And when a knockout happened, I did the Joe Rogan. I was like, oh, I just want some karate. That was a vicious knockout, right? That's the euphoria that the viewers get that's going to continue to garner more and more users, more and more popularity. But let's watch Iogan in this bout where he was coming off a loss and he was coming in ready to battle. Yep. Look at that. Oh, boom. That left one got him. Second one got him. He hurt him with that left. Look, bam. That left caught him in the neck, right? A couple jabs. Bow. Bow. You know what I'm saying? Bow. So when that happened, I said, oh, snap. Okay. By that time, I had 1, 2, 3 in a row. And then let alone, I hit the fourth one, and I strategically chose to not partake in the submission rounds because I didn't want to do the research for the submission rounds. I wanted the fighters. I wanted the possible knockout possibilities, the straight wins. And so I left the submission rounds alone. And then my biggest bag came from picking Billy Fire Fist McFarland because he was the underdog, right? This gentleman here, Justin, had a 56% chance. No, it was like a 62% chance to win. And so I said, you know what? I have like 12,000 Karate Combat tokens. I'm putting close to half of that on Billy Boy. Why? Because he went after getting out of jail and started training with a legendary UFC trainer. This is the research that you can do when it comes to this league, and you can go in and place yourself in a position to win tokens, right? And so that was my biggest win of the night. This one was brutal. I think this girl broke her, ruptured her like meniscus or something. So I did lose this one. And then I picked this one here. She was the favorite, but I watched her and the training that she was going through. So I won about 600 Karate Combat tokens, and it was fun. It was exciting. Didn't get a chance to cover it live, but we're going to be covering this moving forward, especially when they have the Influencers Fighters Club. This is GameFi, but it's humans. It's human fighters being put in, and there's a betting aspect to it as well. And it was very exciting, very, very exciting. Tapping into the chat, you said you just get diluted when you lose. Yeah, pretty much, pretty much, right? If you're not stacking up tokens, you get diluted. Now, that's a good way to put it, right? That's a good way to put it because others may be winning tokens, but we'll look at the chart. The last thing we'll do is we'll look at the chart to see kind of the pendulum of how things are swinging. Mega says new Gov proposal just went live. Oh shit! I'm sure that we the jewelers are going to cover that. We the jewelers are going to cover that on tonight's stream. But yeah, it's Karate Combat. Very exciting. Very exciting time in the space. When you look at the how the league is assembled, the league ambassadors, Bas Rutten, you have George St. Pierre, a legendary UFC fighter, Lyoto Machida, legendary UFC fighter, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, legendary UFC fighter, and you have Asim Ziadi, who we see on Twitter all the time, pushing and sponsoring it. He is the president. And the last thing that we're going to look at is just the karate chart, right? Because it had a pretty big dip, it had a pretty big dip. And Sticks Intern speaks of dilution, and yes, you get dilution when maybe others are partaking and winning, and you're losing. But at the end of the day, I went right after that bout. Right, I participated in 5 of them. I didn't have any funds in there other than the ones that I got from participating and buying some visages. I went and doubled my holdings, and I'm going to continue to double my karate holdings for the next 6 to 8 weeks. Because if you look at the chart, all right, it's had it had a really big run, especially when Bitcoin was moving at the pace in which it was moving, and it had a 1100% run, right? So pretty much an 11x. It had 1100% run, but also because of the not so great tokenomics, right? It had a 82% correction. Similar correction that's happened into the meme coins, similar correction that happened to Jewel. And so that's the kind of correction it had. But with my guesstimation chart analysis, it looks like on the weekly chart, each candle is 1 week. On the weekly chart, it is finding support here, and we see some of these indicators are gearing up, especially the RSI. By now, you guys must know how much I love the RSI. There's a bottoming happening, not financial advice. There's a bottoming happening in the Karate token. And from my guesstimation, there is a 1,500% possible upside of 15x, a 15x possible upside here for Karate token. So a part of the trailer's strategy is to accumulate as much as we can. This upside leads to a 2 cents, right? A 2.3 cents Karate token. But for me, for where I stand, for where I'm seeing, very, very bullish on this ecosystem. Very bullish on price action, at least doing what? At least coming back up to test the previous high, right? So even if you're not that much of an optimist and you say, hey, maybe I want to get in and sell at the next high, that is still, quite frankly, a 300 to a 330% run, a 3x. Now, this is on the Hedera blockchain, and so you can buy HBAR, throw it into the Karate app or any other exchanges that have the Karate token, and buy you some Karate. The last thing that I'm going to show here about Karate is the tokenomics, right? Because not everything is really positive about this ecosystem. I mean, the supply is ridiculous, right? Like, you're talking about a tokenomics are not good on this. Okay, you're talking about a 110 billion supply, and only 27 billion of it is circulating. I'm not a big fan of that because there is some dilution in there, as Sticks Intern would say. And the market cap right now is about 40 million, which is nothing, absolutely nothing. And so if we're looking at that possible 15x, I could see this thing getting to, quite honestly, I could see this thing getting to a 600 million to a $1 billion market cap. That is very, 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 very possible for this ecosystem, especially with this bottoming that we are seeing here. So game night, just know that here in the trade room, we're going to be covering it. And as you see the popularity of this grow and grow and grow between this bull market, the next bear market, and the next bull market coming in, this is going to be the UFC of crypto. And if you guys believe crypto is going to grow and expand and continue to get new users, then this is a very important ecosystem to be looking at. So that's that on the Karate Combat end of things. Really, really, after last week's event, wanted to spend some time to kind of break that down. give you guys an opportunity to, look into the ecosystem, look more into their website, and find out what they have going on there. I'm a big fan of the ecosystem. So I want to go ahead and take some names down for this giveaway for whoever's already here and this beautiful wheel here. Tapping into the chat really quickly. Worm says, can't do it in game. I got the white screen, but the team is looking into it. You can go to the website for the vote. Yeah, it looks like the vote is freaking, the vote is up. That's going to get the DeFi Kingdoms community. That's going to get the DeFi Kingdoms community going. I've been excited to vote. And so I'm going to tap into that in between the end of my stream and then tapping into the jeweler's stream that comes on. So I have Sticks intern. Sticks is a whale. Sticks is a frost bloater whale. I think he has like over 700K. At this point, he's probably close to 1 million. So he's definitely a whale. He chose frost bloater. I chose regular bloater. But I can tell Sticks is really interested in trying to get that Gen 0. Because you can get a Gen 0 for the biggest blow holder. I think the biggest blow holder for whatever period of time that is going to get a Gen 0, and then it's going to be a giveaway for it's going to be a giveaway for land at some point in time. I think it's depending on how well the blow token does. Like that, those funds will be then taken to purchase some land to get back to the community as well. So I love that concept from KP. And just big shout out to him, like, for wanting to tap into the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem. When it comes to the vote, I do have Dewey War saying that his vote worked for him. So if you guys are having trouble, you know the classic refresh to see if it comes back on for you. So I have Toon in here too. If you don't see your name in here, just kind of let me know, and I'll get you in here. Just logging these down so that later when we do the giveaway, I'm not sitting here trying to type my life away. This is for 5K bloaters, 5K frost bloaters to be specific. This is what you can convert into blow. I think it's like you get thousands of blow for one like frost bloater or regular bloater, right? It's actually insane. All right, so I had these names down. Now that I have these names down, we are gonna get into game night. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh my donate. I'm gonna refresh my donate here, just to make sure, see if you guys are generous enough to land any donations to me. Oh man, look at that! Look at that! I have two noobs just dropped 1,000 gold to me. Two noobs, you're too good. You're too good to me. And his message said, "Support the trade, bro." Yeah, guys, make sure if you are here, pop a by, put a thumbs up there, and put your alerts on if you like or enjoy the content that I am putting out. So yeah, guys, if you do not see your name here, make sure to let me know. I got Cassius in the building. Okay, I'm going to throw you in there, bro. What do you plan if you win, Cassius? What do you plan to do with your frost bloater? Are you trying to get some blow from it, or you have other plans for it, man? All right, cool. So we are gonna get into DeFi Kingdoms. Okay, I said the order. The order would be Karate Combat, then DeFi Kingdoms, then Spellborn. And if anybody in here has partook in snowboarding, yeah, holla for a dollar. Let me know. Um, so yeah, we're gonna jump into DeFi Kings, right? Now, you guys know that this is a macro channel, and we normally do charts, right? So as we pop into the game, and as we're gonna get some gameplay going, I do want to quickly segue to the charts. All right, we're gonna spend a swivel bit of time here. It's game night. It's not chart night. We'll save chart night for tomorrow to kind of look at the ecosystem and see what is going on. Oh, how could I not get you in there, Worm? How could I not get you in there, Worm? That's my fault. I just got you in there. Looking at the chart, I mean, if you guys been following me, you guys know I've been following Bitcoin. We called their bottom around 15K. Very nervous about calling the bottom there. Bitcoin right now, since the all-time high, the 20 to 30% correction that we spoke about, we had it. We spoke about this descending wedge, which is not bearish, it's bullish. And really, we spoke about what happens when you break out of a descending wedge is that normally price needs to come back and test the top of that wedge. We thought we could be getting that here. It did not come as far down as at the top of this wedge. I'm a little nervous, right? I'm very nervous. You know, we thought 67K could hold as of last week when we got another impulse out of here. I'm a little nervous that it could really want to come back here and test 63. I'm very nervous about that, but either way, it's nothing bad, right? It did not come down, you know, and again, it could be coming down to do that here, but so far it's been showing really good strength, right? So whether it does come back to test 63, whether it finds support here at 67, this pattern is playing out beautifully, right? And so it really falls into the conversation that we have about uh, October of this year to February of next year being the top of the market. Some people don't like to hear it. Some people think we're going to be bullish forever. I think the top is near meaning 6 months or so, right? So we're anticipating the next run to 92K for Bitcoin. And so what does that say about AVAX? Well, we've had this pattern on AVAX that we've been tracking, right? We thought AVAX could have enough strength to get to 49 and then dump. Where we haven't seen that strength to 49, which is making me feel even more confident that AVAX, if Bitcoin makes its way to 63K, that AVAX could correct, but it may not correct below $27. This is the bull market support area at 21. It may not correct. Whoa, my screen just did something weird. If you guys still see and hear me, let me know. My screen just did something weird. Okay, cool. We're back. So yeah, I don't think now that it goes below 21, but I do think that we AVAX may still have a little bit of correcting to do. And I only say this because we're going into game night, especially on a DeFi Kingdoms end. I say this because Jewel is just boring right now. Jewel price action is just boring right now. But on my end, I'm still really bullish on Jewel. And we're watching this pattern here. You know, we watch a lot of different patterns. And this pattern you're looking at here is inverse head and shoulders, which is a really bullish pattern. We actually had a mini version of it happen over here, and it was happening July and August of 2023. The inverse head and shoulders was happening in July of 2023, and now we have a bigger version of it, right? So if July of 2023, we had a mini inverse head and shoulders, which is the pattern that you're seeing here, which when we had the inverse head and shoulders there, we had a 900 or basically 1,000% run from Jewel. What happens when this bigger inverse head and shoulder plays out? We were looking for 11 cents to hold as support. Why? Because June 2022, that's where it dumped to. It dumped a little further in August 2023. But we said if this 11-cent area can hold, we are very, very bullish on Jewel, right? And now we're getting a bigger inverse head and shoulders. I mean, it can get real nasty, right? And so, what are the markers we're looking at for Jewel before we start game night here? Is 74 cents as a breakout, right? This is the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders. And a lot of times you want the breakout to go above the neckline, and then you'll possibly have price come back to test the neckline. And so we could be looking at a breakout here, a test of the neckline, and then escape velocity. Okay, that's the current guesstimation that we have on Jewel. And there's really, again, I reiterate, there's literally nothing stopping Jewel up until about $5. That range between $3.80 and $5, there's literally nothing stopping Jewel once that happens. So Jewel's moving in a boring way right now, but we're not too upset about that. It's holding strong. It's forming a massive pattern within another pattern. And shout out to Wendy DeMorin. You have your name on your YouTube, so I'm not gonna shout you out too much, but that may or may not be my wife popping in for the first time, I think, ever coming in, showing some love. Make sure to put a thumbs up there. All right, make sure to hit the thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. I think you are subscribed. But that's Jewel, right? And that's what we're looking at. And as Bitcoin makes its way back to 92K, could very easily, once Bitcoin makes its way to 92K and then has its first correction and consolidation, altcoin season is what we're expecting. And that's where we can see Jewel go test that 74 region, back test, and make its way towards that $3 to $5. Not financial advice, but I am highly confident in that possibility for Jewel. We've been following Jewel for years. Okay, we were here during the big run. We were here for the dump. We were here for everybody saying that Jewel is a rug. But guess what? They're gonna eat mother effing ish. They're gonna eat their ish once Jewel starts making this movement here. And Jewel just kind of chills until it's not chilling anymore, and really starts to make some powerful moves. So we're gonna hop back into the game itself. So for game night here for DeFi Kingdoms, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just see some of the things that when you come into the game that you want to check for, right? When I come into the game, I always want to check, to see if anybody is ready to be leveled up. And right now, I do have a warrior wizard that's ready to be leveled up. This is one of my favorite heroes in this game. Let me zoom in for you guys here. One of my favorite heroes in the game here. Let's try that again. One of my favorite heroes in the game here, and I just love this hero. One of my top dogs here. Let's see if this works. Yeah, one of my top dogs here. I've been using him in not only boar hunts but bog hunts. I love the way he's leveling up. He has a greater swiftness stone, which we know that speed kills, right? So I hadn't actually leveled him up yet because I wanted to get your guys' opinion, right? If I'm leveling this warrior here, what should I take into consideration now that it is going from level 12 to level 13? Now that we know that dexterity is important, agility is important, even luck to a certain extent is important. It's pretty low on the luck there. So looking at this guy, right? What do you guys think I should be considering when it comes to this level up? And I've been learning a lot from the community. I don't come here knowing everything. I know the charts. I love the charts. I know what you want to look for when it comes to the economics of an ecosystem. What should I be considering? Let me get some tunes going on here while I get to level my guy up here. Really, when it comes to this bad boy here, Mega says, "Need that blow." Oh yeah, oh yeah, blow to blow case. All right, so Cassius says vitality. And that's not too bad to infer there, right? Right now at level 12, he's at 616. So maybe I can get him to 700, right? If I focus on some vitality. His vitality is pretty low. And intelligence and luck is pretty low as well, right? Like I can't use a lot of mana when it comes to this guy, right? Let's see here in the chat. Stick says, "Show us the stats." Yeah, what particular stats are you talking about? What are its current stats? Are you referring to a? Are you referring to ADFK? Is that what you're referring to, Sticks? Because I turned him around, right? What else do you want to see? I know his primary and his secondary growth stats there, right? Um, Also, and with the swiftness stone there, pretty good agility. Wisdom here is decent. Not too great of stats here, but he's been building out really well. He does have foresight and days, which I like. I know that the community is really big on foresight. I did not know that when I picked up this hero, so some good luck there. But this is what we're looking at here, right? So Stick says Vitality primary. Whoa, okay. So Cassius and Sticks are on the same page when it comes to that. Dex and Strength as secondary. That's wonderful. And then what should I? Ooh, and a Dex or Vitality Stone. Ooh, okay. You hadn't turned him around when I asked for them. Okay, gotcha, Sticks. So Sticks actually, I have a legendary warrior that has stun and I think stun and daze. And Sticks, I dark summoned 2 warriors to get him, and Sticks actually helped me level him up. And I think he's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a problem. So I take Sticks' advice very seriously because he was big on warriors, and I picked up some warriors before the price of warriors started flying, and I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all. So Stick says vitality, primary, dex, and strength, and possibly a dex or vitality stone. So we'll use vitality primary, and we're gonna use this guy in a Bach hunt. Best believe I saved it. We're gonna use him in a Bach hunt, right? So we have vitality. We're gonna hit the dexterity and strength, okay? And let's see what stones I have. Oh, I do have a dex stone here. I don't have a vigor stone. So, we're gonna go ahead and hit him with the dex stone right there, right? So this is what we're looking at for my guy, right? And I do have my runes ready as well, and I am ready to put it through. You know, Cassius says I should use a Vic crystal. Should I just go and grab one? Sticks gave me an option. Sticks said I could maybe do either or. But I do like the fact that both of you were on the same page about the Vit. And I think that his dexterity is like pretty high to begin with. So maybe I should consider if I'm using that as primary. All right, I'll take your advice. I'll take your advice, Cassius. I'll go do it. I'll go do it. Maybe grab a lesser, right? Maybe I'll grab a lesser. So let's go to the marketplace. I will go ahead and is lesser okay? I hope lesser is okay. So let's go ahead and we're gonna grab bigger. I know I can go to the bazaar. I go to bazaar and grab one, but I'm gonna go lesser, right? I think lesser should be okay. That's calm, and I'm gonna grab one, And actually, I don't mind because I don't have any um lesser vigor, so I'll grab a few because there may be some other guys that are due to be leveled up soon that I might want to throw some lesser vigors on, right? And we're gonna use him in the bot hunts. And you know what? You guys are right. Like my warrior goes out as the tanker, like he's up front, right? So why not beef him up a little bit, especially if maybe I've been ignoring vitality for let's say the last 3 to 4 you know, level ups. And he does decent in all his hunts, but I do have to sometimes worry about his HP, right? So maybe that's not something I want to worry about. Maybe I want to take care of that now. And it's a good idea to do that, right? So we're gonna go vigor, dexterity. Um, Let me just make sure I have this set up right. Vitality, dexterity, and strength. We're gonna hit him with a lesser vigor. All right, and we're gonna put it through. We're gonna put it through, and we're also gonna do a Bach hunt with my guy here. All right, that's strange that I had to approve the vigor crystal. I've used that before. Maybe sometimes this game, after a while, it you know wants to just it's a security measure. I do use a ledger, and I use a ledger because of a lot of lessons that I've learned being in this ecosystem. If this is your main primary account, you want to protect it. You definitely want to protect it. All right, so I'm going to go through my transactions here, put this through, get to a Bach hunt, and then do the giveaway. I did want to show off Spellborn. Depending on how much time there is, because we don't want to get in between Jewelers Podcast Live. I don't know why I always say podcast. Jewelers Live that comes on, Jewelers Stream that comes on at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm not on this week. I will be in the chat, chatting it up while finishing up some of my hunts and while playing some of Spellborn. But I'm sure they're going to talk about the voting that just went live. Very, very exciting times. It is election season, so I'm glad that the team, made that a priority to get that pushed out. And we have a few things to vote on as a community, so it'll be interesting to see where everybody's head is at. Ooh, wee. So we did get 2 points here on vitality, 2 points here on endurance. Kind of disappointing that we didn't breach the 700 mark for HP, but I'm very, very, very actually happy that we got 4 points between vitality and endurance. We got our agility boosted up, our strength, decent. We got nothing on dexterity, but I'm not too upset about that because he makes contact. He makes contact pretty often, and we got our luck boosted up too. So what do you guys think of this? Oh, let's see. What do you guys think of this level up here, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is not bad. I think the average, you want to go for is 11. So not bad here. That agility is just stacking up. Oh, baby, somebody stop me. I just watched The Mask, so that's where that's coming from. All right, let's get a Gwen in here and let's do some mother effing hunts. Oh gosh. Now I got to go through this whole sign-in process here. And sometimes with a ledger, like this is the most aggravating login process here. But we're gonna enjoy some DeFi Kingdoms music nostalgia. I think this is some of the best music in all of crypto gaming. When the Bora Hunts music first came out, absolutely loved it. And then the Bach Hunts loved it as well. So let's get these bad mother cluckers on the way. Um, I have a particular priest that I like to use. I thought he would be ready, but apparently not. Like, what's going on here? Where's my priest? Where's my badass PJ priest? He's got to be here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Badass PJ priest in the back. Okay. Then I have this archer here, but like, this is one of the first archers I've ever had, and I didn't really build him out that well. But like he's decent, but his level is high, and the box will really come after me. So I'm gonna use this level 14 archer here, and then we have our newly leveled warrior here. This is the team. This is the ability stack here. I do like the shield effect, even though sometimes I feel like I should throw Holy Wrath on, especially if I have to finish the deal. But I do like the shield, just to kind of give my guys an extra buffer to kick it off with. And I do think that my archer, level 14 having 631 HP is not too bad at all. That's kind of what I work with on my end. Worm says 10 points is very good. Yeah, I think it's decent. I will definitely stick prioritize Dex on the next one. And average is 7 for basic level heroes. So hey, I'm very happy with that. So we're gonna get into this hunt. This team, quite honestly, either wins on the first shot, or I do end up having to do a retry. This is like my one solid team. I do have 2 teams for Bach Hunts that I know I can get a win from, even if I have to do a couple of retries. But I'm always open to critique in how I'm utilizing my heroes, because again, I'm a learning gamer. I've been learning a lot from you guys between Sticks, Mega. I've been learning a lot, right? I know Worm is also an OG gamer, and he's finding some ways to always win as well. So I like to, do some of these streams live, just so you guys can let me know where I effed up at, right? It's very helpful. So, what I know off rip is to try to get Mama Bach down as quickly as possible, right? That's a priority. So that's what I end up doing, right? I work on getting him down as fast as I can. Um, okay. All right, warrior, getting that block in there. We're gonna throw the berry on. Sometimes I will use Holy Beacon on my tanker to kick it off with, but not something that I'm going to do now, because my badass priest has a lot of mana to work with. So we're gonna keep going after this guy. We ain't scared. I was scared before. My goodness, my first like 15 Bach hunts, I was shaking in my boots. But I'm going in now pretty confident in my 2 teams. Yeah, I guess it doesn't hurt to throw the Holy Beacon on now. We got a lot of mana to work with. We ain't scared. Okay, let's do some damage. Let's see how much damage he can do now that he's been leveled up. Oh, that was trash, bro. Bro, that was trash, man. What are you doing? All right, so this is sometimes where I get stuck at, right? I'm doing a lot of good damage. I think I might want to go ahead and use the rapid shot just to, levy these guys down some more. See if that back block, man, it brought him down too low to where I now have to consider taunting Mama Bach earlier than I may have wanted to. And you know, it is what it is. It is what it. Oh, see now, my warrior is blinded, right? So I may not even hit on this gruff, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go for it. If he misses, which he most likely will. Oh no, he didn't miss. So like this is the strange thing, right? Like Mama Bach is not taunted, which is okay. It's not gonna always hit, right? So this is what I'm thinking here, right? I'm going to do a little bit of a holy circle with my priest. Then we're gonna go ahead and unblind my guy, right? I don't. My archer doesn't need to really do too much too much damage, right? Oh, Worm, I heard your AI pre-song. I actually would like I was like, hey, maybe I should do like a video edit with that because I love the healers. I love the healers. I know Sticks intern is not a healer dude, but why is he not taunted, man? Like, what is going on? Let's use one small stone. Why is dude not taunted, bro? But uh, but yeah, Sticks. I absolutely dig the I dig that AI song, and I would like to have it to use it for an edit. I'd like to have it to use it for an edit for a priest highlight. So if you're open to it, let's get this going. You know what I'm saying? My warrior just got skipped. Oh, you gotta be effing. Okay, they survived. They survived. Um, they survived. I think they'll be okay. They'll hold out well while I get my priest here. Can I taunt this dude already? Like, are you serious? Can I get a taunt? Hit me with a taunt. Let's go. Right on time. Right on time. All right. And then just in case we're not able to body bag these guys, we're gonna no, you know what? Oh, this is such a tough decision. But I think that I can finish everyone. I can finish everyone this round. I can finish everyone. Let's get a sweeping. Let's get a sweeping. Oh, 54, my guy? Are you serious? It's all good. It's all good. Oh no. Are you serious? All right. At least let's get rid of Mama. Let's get rid of Mama. Yeah, you're gonna turn. I can't believe the priest. I can't believe you didn't hit, dude. Like, what is wrong with you? So now I'm in a rocking a hard place. I'm gonna give my archer some mana. No, actually, no, he already has mana, right? So let me just heal everyone and try. Oh, for 2 turns, I can't even do anything with my archer in terms of his abilities, but it's all right. That's why you bring a priest in, right? If you don't get the kind of play that you were trying to get and you made some mistakes, make sure to have your priest there. He's going to hold it down. Big time. Big time. All right. So this is pretty much in the bag. And like I said, man, my warrior don't miss. My warrior don't miss. All right. But he will die. My warrior don't miss, but he will die. Yeah, we're gonna finish this guy off, man. He's actually annoying me. And you know, a little bit of a background thing here. I have not gotten much loot. You know, I got a little gore blade. Out of I've been in a drought. I think I've done close to 78 hunts now. And I've only gotten a Gore Blade, a couple Moksha runes, and that's been it. That's been it. It has been very uneventful, for me when it comes to these hunts recently, and it's just the RNG. It's just what the RNG happens to be. So hopefully there's some good vibes here, and I can get something. You know, I have gotten some void shards, so I'm not gonna act like I haven't gotten anything. I've gotten some void shards, but this is me having more confidence in these bot hunts. This. If you spoke to me 2 months ago, I would have told you this is frustrating. I can't figure it out. But I've gotten better, and that's what this ecosystem is about, and that's what this space is about. It's going to be very interesting to see, those who come into the Mythic Squad Void Hunts too. How they play it, what the affixes are, and what the challenges are that may have been different from the Boar Hunts. I mean, it's going to be very exciting. I can't tell you how much mother effing fun I had with the first Mythic Squad Void Hunt, and it was an all-day affair, and there was literally great anticipation and fun throughout that entire tournament. It was absolutely fantastic. So let's see what's happening in the chat here. Oh, nothing but tears. Nothing but tears. Nothing but tears. All my level 15 priests roll with Holy Wrath. You like to see blood, huh? My game includes priests. That's why I have the AI song. Yeah. Oh, Hope. What's up, Hope? Let me get you into this wheel here. Um, Thanks for stopping by. You only have like a 67% chance of landing the taunt. Yeah, but I get mad. These guys are my employees, so I get mad when they don't land. Awesome, awesome. Oh, nice, nice. Just kill the back box. You don't need to taunt while it's exhausted. Oh, I don't need to taunt while it's exhausted. Interesting. I will keep that in mind. It can't cast lay egg while it's exhausted. One turn after casting. Wow, wow. Sticks. This will probably improve my efficiency. Maybe something I should have known, but I don't. This will most likely improve my efficiency. Worm, thanks for sending that. I'm gonna work on that video this week. I just love, 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 love the priest, right? And so imagine at level 100 being able to full heal, because the level 15 plus skill, the full heal Dread Knight or a Paladin that has an HP of like freaking 2,000, 3,000, and the full heal is only 65 mana points. Like, that's insane, right? So classic priest blowing it again. Priest carry, tell him Hope. Tell him Hope. The priest for the win, even though he missed. So yeah, I'm just happy that I'm in the Bach hunt. I'm starting to get some wins. I feel more confident about it. I'm glad I got a win off the first shot on game night. Very exciting. Hope says they are my employees, so I get angry when they miss. No, seriously, guys, like, you're working for me, man. Like, what are you doing missing? So that's that. That's the team there. My other team when it comes to bad mother cluckers is another priest, level 15, badass priest here. These are the stats behind my second team, right? This priest, dexterity is kind of horrible, but like everything else is good. It has foresight, which I'm excited about, and is lesser Vit stoned as well. So that's the back position. This is the second hero I ever got. This archer priest was the second hero I ever picked up. And thank goodness almighty that it had dexterity highlighted because I was just picking whatever. Okay. I was just picking whatever. But this is the first hero I've ever had. It was a minor. I had no clue what was going on. Not the best stats, not stoned at all, but I'm happy that I can now utilize him in the boar hunt. So he's in my middle position. And then I cap it off with this warrior that I'm trying to build. The warrior that I spoke about, that Sticks intern helped me level up, is this legendary warrior here that has toxic and stun. Imagine that combo. And that's the guy that I'm working with here and has dexterity highlighted at a 27. Probably need to work on getting its agility up, but he is the one that ends up in the front position, and very similar, build out that I have here for these guys. So I'm going to end up doing this hunt later. You know, Not something that we're going to do in this stream, because I do want to be able to show you guys Spellborn and what I'm doing in that ecosystem. All right, so happy for that win. For this wallet, because I have my hunt heroes, if it's not a knight that's up there, oh, they have archer here. That's cool. So for duels tonight, I can probably get my archer in here and get some points here, but I'm lacking on this wallet when it comes to my dual heroes there. So, one thing I did want to tap in and check in on is the leaderboards. Right now we have, when it comes to the Battle of the Cluckers, we have close to now 100,000. I think we're going to breach 100,000 in the month of June. 47,000 wins, 5,000 losses, which I'm like not too surprised about that, because look at the retries, right? People will retry and retry and retry and retry until they get it, and it's a 50-50 shot for most players, right? You have people in this leadership board that have close to 2,000 bot hunts. I'm nowhere near that, right? So that's what we're looking at for the Battle of the Cluckers. People are in here doing their thing. There's activity happening. For as much as we talk about needing users, the economy is going to work as the economy works. And when it comes to these drops that we get from sponsors, when it comes to PvP and whatever loot is going to be there, whatever players are here are going to win based upon whatever loot is there. We saw Mega stream, and in one stream, he landed $200 worth of loot, right? Whoever's here is whoever's here, and we're going to play, right? And when you look at the boars, we're close to 400,000, right? So between the box and the boar hunts, right, we're about 500,000, all right? 500,000 hunts that have been done. Gonna be lovely to see what happens when we get to 1,000,000 hunts and where that will be. And these are some of the leaders for this as well. So the economy is rolling. People are doing their thing. We looked at the market cap of GameFi, at around that, around the market that it is at 40 billion. We have a long ways to go in DeFi Kingdoms, and Jewel has a long ways to go when it comes to that. And it's very exciting, very exciting. So what are your guys' win rates? What are your guys' win rates? How are you guys been faring out with this? How many hunts are you guys getting in? We do have some updates here. Vote is working in Castle. Now it looks like, while screen bug seems to be gone. So let me actually pop in before. Oops, I didn't want deck screener. I want a DeFi Kingdoms. Let me pop in really quickly, because we have a lot of voting updates showing up here. Before I switch over to Spellborn to wrap up the night, wrap up the game night, let me pop into the castle and let me see what the chatter is about. Where's the voting? Um, Tune, what's happening here? Where's the voting happening here? It's in the castle. So let me actually go to the castle. We're in the castle, dude. Like, where's the voting happening at? I'm I'm quite lost here. I haven't been. Oh, let me switch my screen. I'm not privy to where the voting is happening. Oh, Envoy. Okay. Let me just tap in. Hope says, thanks for the reminder, TuneFed. Gonna look it up now. Awesome. Envoy, or hard refresh. There's icon notification on the right. Okay, so Envoy. Oh shit! Voting is live. All right, so voting power changes to Gen Zero heroes. Holy schmoly! Okay, this is cool. Most people are voting. Because right now it's 64%. Most people are voting in favor. 1,000 VP per Gen Zero per 500. Wow. So this is going to be very interesting, right? And you guys know my guild, the Jewelers, we're going to be going over this. I need to really look through this. I need to really look through this. All right. It's voting season, election season, vote or die. Summoning cooldown. Why is it closed? Summoning cooldown. Oh, it's a year ago. Okay. Oh yeah, so all these are from a whiles ago. This ends in 2 days. Voting power changes to Gen Zero and land. Voting power changes to Gen Zero and land. This is really exciting, guys. If you haven't voted, vote. My voting power here is 2,309 based upon my C-Jewel. So this is going to be very interesting here. I'm going to look through this. I'm going to take my time before I make a decision. I'm also going to tune into the Jewelers, my guild's stream tonight to see what they're thinking and how they're voting. But continued development, continued building, continuing to flourish in this ecosystem. I'm glad that they got this going, and it's been long, long, long overdue. Long overdue. All right. Tune, thanks for letting us know. Thanks for the shout out here. How are you voting, man? The rest are all past ones. Cool to have this in game now. Very cool to have this in game now. Tune, how are you voting, man? Like, you know, saying what's popping, man. You wanna dox your voting? Like, you wanna tell us how you're voting? Oh man, gotta love it. Gotta love the continued building here. All right, so in the Jewelers, we are all about looking at other ecosystems, right? And we have ecosystems that we have been, delving into, looking into, looking to be a part of. Spellborn is a current game very similar to Pokemon, which, my childhood, I didn't play a lot of Pokemon, but I do understand uh, the fanatics of it, or, how and why it became so popular. And I've, Mega put me onto this, and I've really gotten into it. Right, I'm gonna switch over to the wheel while I sign in, and if I haven't put you on the wheel, please let me know so I can put you on the wheel. We're doing our 5K bloater frost bloater giveaway. So wanna tap into that. Kupo, what's happening, dog? I know you said you were in the fiat mines. If you're still there, props to you for doing your thing, stacking your cash to rotate that into crypto. I know. The voting is up, Kupo. How are you going to be voting, man? I was asking Toon how he's going to be voting. Maybe he doesn't want to give the deets. But let me throw Kupo into this wheel as well. Let's get him in here. I think I do have Hope. I have everybody else in here. Toon says I'm probably going to vote for A, but we will also hold a poll to decide how to vote with Goose assets. They have a lot more voting power than me. Bro, bro. Team Goose wallet is looking crazy right now. Why is my camera not here? Am I bugging? Why is my camera not here? That's weird. Is my camera not functioning? That's so weird. Let me see if I can edit my settings here to get my camera back up. That's so weird. Let's see if I can make some adjustments here. Standard, high definition. Well, it looks like you. Maybe I am here. Okay, cool. All right, my camera's here. It just wasn't on my. Oh wow. Wow. Okay, I didn't notice that. Well, thanks for the heads up. Hey, I just made it, but still at the Fiat Mind shows me. Yeah, I do that sometimes. The AMAs always happen while I'm at work, and I try to pop in. I try to pop in when I can. Sometimes my boss is looking at me crazy. Cassius, thanks for that. It does say I'm back. All right, awesome. So yeah, I got everybody in the wheel. Yo, Team Goose's wallet is absolutely crazy right now. They have Gen Zeros. I've been partaking mostly every month in the quest for Honk V2. I'm still uber bullish on Honk. If you don't know what's going on in that ecosystem in the sewer, yeah, better get used to it because meme season will be coming back. And this meme coin Honk has so many good fundamentals and heavily ingrained in the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem. I've been stacking that up, and I can't wait for the airdrop that happens this month on the 21st is where the snapshot will be taken. So I believe I am now, I should now be logged in here. So Spellborn. What is Spellborn? Okay. Sporeborn is a game very similar to Pokemon, right? And I am going to hop on my Twitter here. I have about 15 minutes left in this stream. So we're going to make the best use of the time that we have here. I'm going to pop into Spellborn's Twitter just to give some base point layout on this. Spellborn. Spellborn, they are coming to AVAX, right? They're coming to AVAX, which is why, we're focusing on it as the jewelers. All right. I'm going to switch really quickly here to their Twitter. Let me zoom in there. So Spellborn is a monster catching MMORPG by Mon Studios. They have their Discord here, so if you're not following them, make sure you go follow them. And this is a little intro that they have here. It's pixelated, very similar to DeFi Kingdoms. You walk around, you do certain quests, you do certain tasks, you catch your mons, you level them up, you mutate them. All leading up to the PvP, PvE that's coming down the line. And you're just training your pets, right? You're training your pets, you're leveling them up, you're mutating them for what's going to come in the future. So that's a little bit of the intro there. You guys can hop on their Discord, catch it up. Mega put me on. And you can go in daily, do certain tasks. These are the mons that I have here. And I have the Kopobara, which is actually not a common hero. It's like a little bit higher than a common hero. I think it's rare. But I've been getting into this ecosystem, been getting used to it. I actually want to go over to the other village because I have some crops. I hope they didn't turn to compost. I had an alarm for me to pick up those crops. I may do some battles as I head over to check my crops. But I think this is something that like the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem can look into because there's longevity in this ecosystem. Very similar to Pokemon, right? You go in, you battle, you gain experience points for battling. And as you level up your hero, you can mutate them, right? I've grown to really like this ecosystem. And hopefully my plants, my crops haven't turned to compost. I'll be very upset if that's what happened, right? I have a level 12 hero here, and I'm trying to level him up to where I can then mutate him. Um, and I'm really enjoying this ecosystem, quite honestly. It's been really fun, and I want to go get my crops. That's really what I want to do right now. I want to avoid fighting. Oh, no, couldn't avoid it. Couldn't avoid it. So have you guys like were you guys Pokemon people? Did you guys play Pokemon? Like were you guys into it? And how does the aesthetics here on Spellborn look like to you guys? And literally these mons that you catch end up being NFTs. I believe that you can use that are eventually will also be sellable on the market, things of that nature. I'm gonna actually try to capture this guy if I don't kill him, which I probably will. Okay, yeah, I think I killed him. He fainted. He's done. It's over. This capybara here is a beast. I'm heading over to check my crops, and then I'll give you guys some more info on what this space is all about. But again, here at the Jewelers, we don't just want to focus on one ecosystem. We want to focus. Yes, my crops are still here. All right, so we're going to collect our crops. All right, so you can farm, right? You can farm different things, collect your crops, do daily missions, get different rewards, get points. I believe they're doing an airdrop with those points as well, right? So if I look over here in my bag, right, I have strawberries, which I can help to boost their HP. I have potatoes, which I can help to boost their stamina. So let me see about using this potato. Boom, stamina's up, strawberries, boom, HP's up. Now I can go back, right? I can go back, continue fighting, and continue leveling up these guys, right? I've really grown to like this ecosystem. There's random stuff you can do, like go to the garbage cans and then do some of these mini quests here, and then it opens up, and then you get different things here. I got a copper wire. Not too upset about that. There's another trash can here where I can, little random stuff that you do throughout the day that you can get different rewards for. And yeah, Mega put me on, man. Jewelers stay hot, man. I got some parsnip, right? And my capybara actually loves parsnip. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take this parsnip, all right, and I'm going to plant it. I'm going to plant it, all right? Use. Hey, why can't I use it? I want to plant it. Okay, maybe not. Maybe there's a little bit of a. Oh, it's a ready-made parsnip. Wait, does my guy like parsnip, or I don't remember if he likes parsnip or garlic. I don't want to give him the wrong thing. But yeah, man, this is Spellborn. If you guys are interested in it, let me know. I will go ahead and talk to Mega and try to get you in here on an invite. We're gonna go to the water here and fight a water animal here. And before I do that, let me tap into the chat. Very Pokemon-ish, yeah, very Pokemon-ish, man. We're here. We're here to partake in other ecosystems, and just love this ecosystem right now. Especially like when I do a bunch of boar hunts, and I'm like boar hunted out. When I'm boar hunted out, I'll switch over to here and do my thing. All right. So I want to catch this guy. Let's go to my bag. Let's use a crystal. Let's see if I can capture this guy. If I can't capture him, oh, I captured him. Let's go. Right? I captured him. And then, when you capture him, you can see him in your bag as well. So, that's that for Spellborn. Not too much that I want to delve in on today. Just kind of showing you guys, this other ecosystem that the Jewelers are partaking in. Game night was really fun. It was really awesome. I think it's time for us to do our giveaway. It's time for us to do our giveaway. So I'm gonna make sure that I have everyone in here. Let me pop into the chat. So I have Sticks, Mega, Sarge, Dewey Ward, Toonfed, Luke, Beef, Cassius, Worm, Hope, and Kupo. If you do not see yourself in here, let me know, and I'll get you in here. I'll give it about a solid 2 minutes, right? So at 9:20 p.m. Eastern, we'll do the spin. If you don't see yourself in here, let me know, and I will include you. This has been a really fun night. I cannot wait to step back from stream and just play games all the rest of tonight. It's been very fun. It's been very exciting. Give it the 2 minute marker. Now, while we give it the 2 minute marker, I do want to look at bloater because we do have blow. We have blow, the blow token launching, and we know we can convert our bloaters. I want to see how blow is doing on this macro Saturday here. Cocky Inu, love that meme coin. Been averaging into that. DFK bloater right now has been down 1.265. Compare that to regular bloater 1.250. So bloater is actually up and up right now. General market overall seems to be a little bit down, other than green eggs here. Let's take a look at frost bloater on the chart. Down 8% right now. Might see that start picking back up as we lead into the launch of blow. And, we've seen a pretty big move here, and continue to see blow to kind of make its way up. It's now consolidating. All right, it's now consolidating. So if I'm someone who uses charts, who's been watching, is it a safe place for me to possibly go and say, hey, let me stack some more blow? I think tomorrow, and it's really cool that this resistance that we had here is kind of bouncing here, but I can see bloater back down, maybe another, let me use our ruler. Bloater back down here, about another 32%. That's probably where I'd look to snag some up in a sneaky way here for that token. But that's blow there. It looks like it's now 9:20, so let's go ahead and go back to our wheel. And nobody else mentioned that they have not been placed in, so it's time to roll the wheel. Let's go ahead and click to see who is going to win the 5,000 frost bloater leading into blow launch in a few days. Spin it. Spin it. Wow. It is Cassius himself. Congratulations, my guy. You have won 5K Frost Bloaters. Frost Bloaters has done anything from a 30x. Now it sits at a 20x. You're going to be able to stack to your bag in preparation. Cassius, if you're not following me on YouTube, you better follow me on YouTube. You better follow me on Twitter. Try to get me, DM me your address so I can get that to you. Are you on Discord? Where are you, man? Like, find me somewhere, right? I can try to find you too on Discord. It is the trade room with 2 numerical zeros at room. Some way, somehow, find me. I have 5K frost bloaters coming your way. You will be able to convert that to blow. All right. So if you're on Discord, try to find me. I'm in the Jewelers Guild Discord. I'm there. Find me. All right. And I will get that to you as well. So, ladies and gents, game night number 2 down packed. We're going to have a lot more game nights. We have Cassius winning the 5K bloaters. I'm sure he got plans for that. We have Mythic Squad Void Hunt tournament coming out, and we have Blow launching. A lot of things happening leading up to middle of June, And Bitcoin is also now looking to work its way for another impulse as well. What's up, Sticks Intern? We are getting towards the end of the stream. Catch the Jewelers in a few minutes on the Jewelers Live. I will be here doing hunts, playing Spellborn, checking in on the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem. It's been a fun night. It's been exciting. Glad and happy to have you guys here. And we will catch you on the next one. Macro sentiment, macro bullish. Peace and catch you on the next one.